Hey guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today is my, let me get this right, Halfoweenathon announcement. And this is a read-a-thon that is being put on by the Spine Breakers, who used to be the restricted section, so I just refer to them still as the restricted section. But anyway, they're the Spine Breakers now, and I love these girls. I have watched them for a very, very long time. Anyway, I yesterday tweeted out on Twitter, I feel like I have kind of not been super involved in booktube. I participate in the read-a-thons and I read books, but recently I haven't made a lot of new friends, and I want to make some new friends on booktube, you know? I want to meet some new people. I want to do some buddy reads. I did that my first year and I haven't really done it since then. And I'm coming up on my 3rd anniversary of booktube. It will be May 11th of this year. And I really want to get involved in booktube. I have a book club, y'all know that. Tomorrow is the live stream for Columbine, which we read this month. We're doing a year of true crime. But if y'all want to, I've said y'all about 50 times, if anybody out there wants to be my friend or do a buddy reads with me, or I don't know, I wanted to go to BookCon this year and I was like, I didn't know anybody that was going to BookCon, so I was like, I'm not going to go and not know anybody, because my social anxiety would have just totally kicked in and I would have felt really awkward going. So anyway, I'm really wanting to participate more in booktube because I haven't in a while. And yesterday I tweeted out on my booktube Twitter account, which is just Peter Likes Books. It's listed below. I said I really need a read-a-thon or something like that. And I don't know who it was. I should have looked it up. I apologize. But somebody suggested to me that the Spine Breakers were doing a read-a-thon and they were going to do the Halfoweenathon, which I guess this is something that they did last year as well. So anyway, it starts tomorrow and it goes through May 5th. It starts tomorrow at midnight going into Monday, like most read-a-thons, and it goes till May 5th because half of Halloween is somewhere in there. And that's the whole idea. This is half of Halloween. So it's kind of, I'm assuming it's supposed to be kind of scary books. I watched the video and all that kind of stuff, and I've watched a couple TBRs. Now, whenever I do read-a-thons, if you haven't watched, I am horrible at read-a-thons. I maybe finish one book because I always pick these TBRs are outrageous, and I just don't. My very first year of doing booktube-a-thon, I did okay. But after that, it was just I just couldn't keep up with my read-a-thons. I was trying to read 7 books at the same time. So this year, I tried to be very realistic about it. On this, I've never done this read-a-thon before, but I have to tell you, I am so excited. You know how people talk about Christmas in July? I could literally live Halloween all year round. So this is the perfect, when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, this is the perfect read-a-thon for me right now. So anyway, I went through, and I have to tell you that this took me an hour to go through and pick my TBR out. I really tried to pick books that A, were not super long, and B, that, oh, do I have all of my books here? There's one book that oh yeah, I do. I picked books that were not super long and books that I could, really, really keep up with. So, oh, I forgot one book that I was going to put in here. Do I have, hold on a second. This is called not being prepared for your video, but anyway, you can get over it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So, this one I'll put over here, because that's going to be kind of, well, that's my 6th one anyway. Okay, I'm so prepared for this video, oh my God. Okay, so let's get right into this. I'm going to read you underneath here what it says. This is from the Spine Breakers, and co-hosts are Carol Marie Reads. That's what she read. Oh, that's a cute title. Our cute name for your channel. And Hey Little Thrifter. So, those are all underneath their video. I will link their video below. You guys can go check that out. Challenges, all books should be horror, thriller, mystery, or just spooky in some way. And then let's get right into this. Number 1, read a book that has been adapted into a movie and then watch the movie. Now, y'all know I love movies and I love books, so this was not hard for me, but I had 3 books that I was gonna read. And one of them was a Ketchum novel, and a Jack Ketchum novel, and I didn't know it had been made into a movie, and I don't know where I'm gonna get that movie or whatever. But one of my favorite movies of life, I love old movies. So when I was growing up, my mom raised me on on Alfred Hitchcock movies and the Thin Man series and Arsenic and Old Lace. And I used to watch all those movies. And one of my very favorite movies was Sorry, Wrong Number. And I found out later that it was a novel by Lucille Fletcher. And I have owned this novel forever. It's right here. I think it's by Lucille Fletcher, make sure. Yes, Alan Ullman and Lucille Fletcher. And do you see how old this is, you guys? I mean, it is like old school. I love it. And the movie was with Barbara Stanwyck. There she is, right there. And Lucille Fletcher has also done another, she's got several books, but the other one that I own is called like $80 to Stanford, and it's a mystery as well. These two I wanted to read forever, and so I was down in the basement because I was looking for an independent novel because, well, we'll talk about that in just a second. But I found this and I was like, okay, first of all, I wanted my husband to see Sorry Wrong Number forever. If you've never seen it, it is fantastic. It is very suspenseful, and the whole thing takes place with Barbara Stanwyck just being in bed, and she's an invalid, and how she figures out this mystery that's going on. It is so good. So I was like, okay, I want to read this book. The book is very, very short. Let's see. It is like 118 pages. It's really short. Alone in a strange city, a strange house, a strange bed, awake in the fear-drenched summer night, sleepless, tormented by the message of menace that came over the telephone. Afraid, she lay in an invalid's bed, unable to take one step to save her life. Only the telephone could help, and she spun the black and red figures endlessly around and around the dial. She called everyone she knew in the strange city, but none would come, and in the end, she would have to face murder alone. So anyway, I'm so excited. That's my first one. So that's my book adapted into a movie, and then I'm gonna watch that with my husband. Okay. The next challenge is, number 2, read a book by an indie author. And this was really hard for me, but I actually have a lot of people that send me books that are like indie authors. They self-publish and things. And so I kind of assumed that's what they meant. And because I wanted to really kind of stick to the challenge. I'm a stickler. Anyway, I know. I'm nobody's comedian, okay? I never claimed to be. But anyway, so I wanted to pick an independent novel, and I picked this one by J.C. Masick III, an edge-of-your-seat thriller that somebody sent to me. And it's called Cargo, Meet Their Terms or Die. Over the years, Anthony Peterson has amassed a fortune, numerous properties, a trophy wife, and a reputation for ruthless business dealings. He's a man who is used to getting his own way. Yeah. But when Peterson wakes to find himself locked in a metal... locked in a metal shipping container with only a cell phone and 24 hours of air left. This sounds like Saw, kind of. He begins to unravel. Desperate to escape, Peterson soon learns that there is more to the container than he first realized. And when the kidnappers call and demand... That just did not read well. I should be nobody's like advertisement. And when the kidnappers call and demand $10 million while threatening to murder and rape his beautiful wife if he doesn't comply, Peterson must fight to meet their impossible terms or face being left to die alone in the darkness. Why has Peterson been targeted? Because he has $10 million, that's why. Who are those responsible for his kidnap? People that want $10 million. And will Peterson make out of the container alive? Yeah, you betcha. Did you guys ever remember that movie? What's that movie about the beauty pageant? Oh my god, I love it. She always says that movie. You betcha. I don't know why that caught me off guard. So anyway, there's my number 2, book by an indie author. That probably won't be the first one that I read. Okay. Number 3, read a book by a master of horror. For example, Stephen King, Clive Barker. Where's my number 3? Now, I did go out. I'm such a stickler for sticking to the rules. Not really. But I did go out on the ledge. I went out on the edge. I was born on the edge of glory. I went out on a ledge for a second on this one, and I picked Lois Duncan. Now, if you don't know who Lois Duncan is, she's written like a million of these little books. And she wrote like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. What are the other ones? There's another one that was Killing Mr. Griffin, which was turned into a movie. And there was another one that was turned into a movie too. But anyway, what's going on here? It's like, no, we never wanted it to be in this read-a-thon. So anyway, I'm going to read this Lois Duncan book. I used to read her books back in the day, and they're so good. But it says right here, from the best-selling author of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Is it better to assume they're dead or hope they're alive? They Never Came Home by Lois Duncan. Joan, that's how you know it's dated, okay? Joan's boyfriend and her brother are missing. Everyone assumes they're dead until the voice on the other end of the phone hints at terrible crimes. Could Joan's brother have been involved? Could he still be alive? I guess we're gonna find out in the next episode of Investigative Reports. Hi, I'm Bill Curtis, and this is an investigative, and whatever. Okay, the next one. 4, read a book set in the autumn. Well, I said I was a stickler, so anyway, I picked Richie, now I have heard that this person is such a fantastic writer. I literally own every single one of these like little books like this, you guys. Richie Tankersley Cusick, who wrote Overdue. The library was as silent as the grave. Now, I will tell you how I know that it was set in autumn, because it says right here, when you go in and read it. For Jane, Spaniels freaking, Rose Hills speaking, Pinboys scowling, Green a prowling, manuscript that makes me crazy blues, invisible buddy o' mine. What? I'm so confused. Okay, Overdue. Fremont Public Library sat in the ugliest section of town, a huge foreboding structure rising darkly beneath low overhangs of twisted oaks and maples. Having survived the steady and relentless march of time, it was now the oldest building in town, and the one Kathleen hated the most. Along with its high-ceilinged rooms and creaky wooden floors, it had taken on a permanent smell of dust and mildew that always made her feel as if she were suffocating. Even on the sunniest of days, the library was as cold and damp as a tomb. But today hadn't been sunny, nor had it been particularly warming. Kathleen stood morosely at the window, shivering a little and staring out at the pouring rain, which to me sounds like autumn, so I said this book takes place in autumn. I have absolutely no effing clue. It could take place in June and it was just a rainy day, I don't know, but we're gonna go with it, okay? Book drop. It was after hours. Kathleen was preparing to close the library when somebody returned 5 grisly books about death. Probably. Oh, lost this book. Probably somebody from Peter's book club. One was slashed. All were overdue. Then Kathleen found the bookmark with a deadly warning. Now people close to her are falling victim to what is this voice I'm doing all of a sudden? It's like 1930s voiceover. Now people close to her are falling victim to tragic accidents. Someone is out for blood. Is it Robin? No, I don't know. I don't know her. Silent, shy, withdrawn. It's Robin. It's Robin. Is it Alexander, the dark, handsome stranger who haunts the library stacks and says he wants to help? Probably both of them. Kathleen can count on only one thing. The killer will strike again. Her death is overdue. Girl, quit the job. Just quit it, okay? So that's my number 4 book, set in autumn. Now, let's get into this. Number 5, read something that is not a typical novel. For example, short stories, graphic novel, poetry, etc. Edgar Allan Poe. Teach you some poetry. Edgar Allan poetry. I'm not a big poetry person, so I chose a graphic novel. I got this for, I think, Spookathon, and it is Clue, and it is a graphic novel. I had such a hard time reading it before because it was the print was so small, but now I have readers because I'm old. See, and when you're old, you have to have readers. So I can read all the little stuff in here. Okay. So I'm real excited about that one. And then, if I make it through all of that stuff, hold on a second. Number 6, read a book released within the last 5 years. And for that one, I chose this one that I started reading this on vacation and I didn't finish it. And that is The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. It's really, really good. But now, I always do an audiobook when I'm doing, I do like all the physical books and then I do one audiobook for a read-a-thon. And I just bought The Devouring Gray that everybody's talking about. So I think that I might do that as my book that came out in the last 5 years. In fact, yes, I'm going to do The Devouring Gray. So that's the 6th one on there. Oh, 7 is you have to come up with half a costume. Now, I don't know what my costume's going to be yet. I do have some ideas. And I'll probably do it on my video wrap-up when I do it. But Pee-Pee the Flying Chihuahua, he's already got his. And he said, I'm going to be half a cowgirl, my lord. He's so excited to do the challenge. Are you excited, Pee-Pee, to do the book? What are you going to read? He goes, I'm reading all Danielle Steele. Well, those aren't thrillers. I don't care. I love her. Who else? Nora Roberts. So anyway, that's my TBR for the, I'm so excited about this. I haven't done a read-a-thon since booktube-a-thon. I don't think I have. No, I did a spookathon. Oh, hell, I was a co-host of spookathon. How could I forget about that? So anyway. My best Judy's at an Alan Jackson concert tonight. I should have loaned her the hat. Anyway, that's my TBR, Spirit Fingers, for the, let me make sure I get this right again, Halfoweenathon. You know, there are some people out there that would be so offended that I am like joking about this, but in all seriousness, these are the books I'm going to read. But I just love these girls so much, and I know that they will not take any offense to that. And I am so happy that you guys are doing this read-a-thon. I'm so excited about participating in it. So anyway, if you guys are going to participate in it, let me know, put it in the comment section below. And if you're a part of Peter's book club, the live stream for Columbine is tomorrow. I've already announced the book that we're reading for May. It's The Lost Girls. And we will start that as soon as we finish the live stream tomorrow. So the live stream is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on my YouNow, which is linked below to underneath all my videos. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.